Hey guys, the San Francisco 49ers have met with NFL draft prospect Nick Scourton from Texas A&M. He's projected to be a mid-first rounder, potentially if he falls back into the late first round at best. He will not be in the second round. I'm very confident in that. With that being said, if the 49ers have interviewed him, he could be potentially the pick at 11. He's 265 pounds right now. He got down to that weight for the combine. He was originally 285. So maybe he might be a little bit faster in the 40. But as of right now, pre-combine, his 40 is 4.7 speed. That's pretty fast for a guy who plays inside and outside. He's 6'4". He's polished, man. He's got all the moves. He's got the instinct, high football IQ. I like him a lot. He's like my third or fourth D end in this draft. He's the best defensive lineman on that Texas A&M squad that has Shamir Stewart, who's going to be maybe a third or a second round pick. Some even have him in late first rounder, which is shocking to me because I don't think he's that good personally. And then there's Shamir Turner, who's supposed to be like an early third or late third round pick that I'm also not a big fan of as either. So Nick Scourton, originally from Purdue, right? In 2023, he had played 11 games. In those 11 games with Purdue, he had 10 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 50 total tackles, 33 solo, 15 tackles for a loss, and 3 pass deflections. That is pretty darn good if you ask me in 11 games. Now, in 24, he kind of took a step back, but in Purdue, he was more of the man. In Texas A&M, he was still the man. Like, he was still the main guy in Texas A&M, but he had to share reps, and he had to share some of the load with those other guys that I've mentioned. So in 2024, in 12 games, 5 sacks, 1 forced fumble, 37 total tackles, 27 of those 37 were all him. 14 tackles for a loss and 2 pass deflections. This dude is an outright stud to me. Him going from Purdue into Texas A&M and still performing tells me that no matter where he goes, it's him. He is that guy. He's not benefiting from the line. He's putting in the work. He is doing the work. I like him a lot. He's one of my favorite pass rushers in this draft. Like I said, top 3 or 4. Okay, at 6'4", he moves pretty fast at 4.7 speed. Again, we'll see the combine. I'm assuming he's going to go faster if he's down to 265 from 285, but that's really good, all right? This guy has the stats, and he has the tape to be a legit pass rusher in this draft. And he's got a bag, right? That's why I like more than James Pierce Jr. is because Nick Scourton actually does moves, right? He actually puts some finesse and power moves out there and actually calculates. He's got high football IQ. And like I said, him going from Purdue to Texas A&M shows and still performing, right? And still putting up numbers and still showing the film that he can perform against other competition, not just at one school, shows that it's him. He's that guy making these plays, making these moves. One of the coolest parts about this, man, this guy's young. This guy is only 20 years old, and he'll be 20 years old when he gets drafted. His birthday is in August 24th. So he won't turn 21 until pretty much till the start of the season. This guy is super young, and he's not raw. He's polished, he's relatively polished. He's not better than Abdul Carter. But Abdul Carter kind of like separates himself from everybody else. And then there's tier 2. He's in that tier 2 for me when it comes to pass rushers. He can play inside. He has experience inside. He has experience outside. He's more of a pass rusher than a run stopper, but he has some pretty good moves at run stopping. But when you watch him rush the passer, man, it's there. It's the ferocity is there. The intensity is there. He's a good player. I'm a big fan of Nick Scourton. If we were to draft him at 11, I would not be upset. I really would not. All right. Depending upon who we get in free agency will really dictate what we do at 11. But the 49ers have interviewed this guy, and they've interviewed a few other players that are somewhere between that first round mark. So it kind of tells me that they're doing their due diligence with the 11th pick. Nick Scourton, James Pierce Jr., and Walter Nolan are all players that they've interviewed so far. And it does sound to me that one of these guys could end up being the pick at 11. Just to end this off real quick, big fan of Nick Scourton. I would love that pick at 11, really depending upon who falls, because like there's some players could fall to the 49ers at 11. That does happen. It's very common. But if all the great players that are supposed to be like top 10 picks are gone, I would seriously consider Nick Scourton. Nick Scourton's up there with like Mikael Williams, and I actually like him more than Mikael Williams. And I would love to have him at 11 as that pass rushing player across from Nick Bosa. Let me know what you guys think of Nick Scourton and this pick. I'll keep up with more draft prospects, give you more videos, put them out there. So be sure to subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and you get to be part of this Wolf Den. Like the video, guys, because every single like makes my heart go from here. All of fam, I'll see you next vid. Bang, bang, not a gang, baby.